Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tottenham Hotspur, the final episode of this save. You may look at the video length and go, that's a long one, because it's going to be. I honestly don't know how long this is going to be, because I don't know how many games we're going to have left, but we are just going to plow through every single one of them in this video. So, depending on what time of day it is, where you are, grab yourself a coffee, grab yourself a cocoa, grab yourself a snack. It's going to be a long one, boys. Let's see how we do. So, as you can see, there were a few more fixtures. I can't remember who exactly. I think Liverpool did win? No, maybe. I'm honestly not sure. I think Everton lost to Arsenal. That was the key thing. And United beat Everton. That's what it was. United beat Everton, so that pushes them further down there. And I think City may have lost as well. So we've got 4 and 5 games in hand on a lot of the teams around us, and a single win could push us up into second place now. And we've got to play Villa, who are mid-table, and then a double of games against West Brom coming up as well. So a real good chance for us to get into that title race today. I still think we may fall slightly short, but we've given ourselves a chance. What more can you do? Let's get cracking. We've still got bloody Europa League as well, and the FA Cup. So, we're just going to plow on. Let's kick on, see what we can do. Why the hell not, eh? Now, Sissoko probably does actually genuinely need a rest this time around, and I'm actually going to give him it this time. But everybody else, like Lucas Moura's form lately, we've really got the front line firing a lot lately. The midfield pairings have sort of been switched around a lot of the time, so that's fair enough. But everybody else, I'm ecstatic with. Tanganga, maybe just give him a little rest. Like, he's been sublime lately. I want to bring him back in for sure, but we've got to rotate him too. Important to remember, we did beat Villa 7-0 at home this season. So away from home, you'd expect us to, not win 7-0 or anything. Oh my God, Ollie Watkins has broken the back line. Lloris needs to be big here, and he's not going to be, as it's Ollie Watkins, Villa 1, Spurs 0. Well, we've started off like a house on fire, but it's your house, and you don't want it to be on fire. That is the suboptimal state for a house to be in, and a very, very easy goal for Villa. Straight over the top from Matty Cash. Okay, dropping that defensive line a touch might well be the trick for us in this game, as Watkins has already given them the lead, and we're off to a flyer. We've been absolutely abysmal so far, and we need something from this, and it's not happening for us yet. We need a big turnaround here. We've put in some strong performances lately, and we cannot let this one slip here. Like, it's not an easy one away against the mid-table club. This is the sort of results where we have dropped points this season, unfortunately. Those West Brom games coming up are going to be super important, because they're actually kind of mid-table as well, bear in mind. They're having a really good year. At least pull out a draw in the end, eh? At least get us a draw or something. It wouldn't be ideal, but it would at least keep us unbeaten and stop us from having a really poor result, basically, because it does feel like we're on the end of a really poor one right now. It's been a while since we've had a really shocking performance. Even the defeat to Milan wasn't a shocking performance as much as it was just a bad result. Today, we're full-on bad performance territory here. And once again, Watkins is through, and it's now 2-0. Terrible defending yet again, and we are ballsing this one up well and truly, my friends, just completely. I think perhaps it was an even worse one, really. Just defensive error cost us there. Like, he should be winning this. And he's just let it come straight past him. Not even the best touch from Watkins, but he's made it 2-0 Villa, and they deserve that lead comfortably. We've been utterly woeful here. This is as bad as... Oh, wow, this is shocking. This is as bad as that Everton game. Actually, no, I'd argue it's a lot worse than the Everton game in any way, because it's certainly up there with some of the worst performances we've had this year. Everton one was pretty bad, but I think Villa are a worse side than Everton. What is the point of a player on the post? Seriously. Why do they just stand there? At least stick a leg out. Can he fashion something? He can, and Son's it. Really? Oh, no. Yeah, no, this is not going to be a good day for us when we're missing ones like that. I mean, just god-awful. Doesn't even come close to describing how bad we've been in this game. Reguilon through as well. And Reguilon does finally slot one home for us. Is there hope for us yet? We should really be at 3-2, because Son should have scored that other chance. But there we go. We're at least showing a little bit towards the end of this match, but it's too little too late. We've been bad in virtually every area. Defensive mistakes left and right here. I mean, this is a bit of a defensive mistake from Villa there. The fact that it falls back to Reguilon. Bit unlucky, actually, from the defender. Didn't turn up. Turned up a bit in the second half, but really, we were still quite flat. That Son chance, he has to score. Not that it makes much difference in the grand scheme of things, but he's got to be scoring there. Okay, so, at home to Real Sociedad. Obviously, huge changes needed, and I will be rotating more than normal for this one. Vinicius will start, because we don't need Kane in this game right now. I'm also going to start... I'm actually going to start Gareth Bale on the left, and then Bergwijn on the right-hand side today. Start Lo Celso through the middle, alongside Højbjerg and Winks, and Tanganga will come back into the team again today. Just because we're in a good spot, and I don't think that we... No, even a 4-0. They have to score 5 goals, really. That being said, I still don't want to lose this match, really, because, again, confidence is important, and losing games isn't great, but sometimes you've got to rest players somehow, and today's the best chance we're really going to have for that, because we've got an FA Cup semi-final immediately after this against Newcastle. I want to have our best foot forward there as well, and then potentially whoever we might get in a UEFA semi-final as well. Lo Celso. A rare appearance for Harry Winks. We used him a lot in the first half of the year, but he's sort of fallen down by the wayside. Bergwijn skating through a couple of defensive challenges and drills it just wide. Porto now with the ball out wide. Don't give him too much of an early chance potential. Oh my god. Tell you what, right, we've got some absolute clangers in us. We should be living on the moon waiting for the soup dragon, some of the stuff we've pulled out lately. My god. Like, I mean, it's not the defense, it's Aurier's fault with the horrendous clearance against his own player that set them up for a goal there. Jesus. The passing's really been off again today. It's one of the things I notice in these games where we really start to struggle. It's just the simple passes just seem to be completely misplaced. And that's been very much the story of this game so far. Look at the space we're giving David Silva, and he's just slotted it home. Okay. Any chance you could maybe just try? I realise we've rotated some of you. That's fine. But when David Silva's able to pick the ball up here, and you just kind of let him... We're going to mark him up a bit more, I think. Right, terrible defending from them now. See if we can pull one up of our own, and it can't be happening. So the hilarious thing about this game so far is we've actually played all right. Just the defenders have been like, nah, not today, bruv. Hopefully we've managed to see out most of the second half without doing anything too hilarious. So that's sort of stemming the tide a little bit, thank God. Bale on the right. He's not had the best game so far, so I'm going to get him off momentarily. Højbjerg with a great strike. Okay, Lo Celso should be able to create something from us on the counter-attack here. He's not exactly covered himself in glory today either. Nice work, that's good. He's taken one defender out of the game. Can he find the right pass? He does. Bergwijn, and it's just wide. Hilariously, I'd argue we were much better in this game than we were in the away game, and somehow we've lost 2-0. But that's swings and roundabouts and all that jazz. Still, performance-wise, actually quite happy. Just could not find the back of the net to save our lives in this game. But hopefully that's not going to set us onto too bad of a run, as once again, 2 games without scoring now and 5 goals shipped in there isn't ideal. Newcastle next. Let's have it. And we get to play Shakhtar in the next round, in the semi-final. That's a real chance for Shakhtar. Are no mugs, though. Man City game's been moved again. Imagine that. Right, we're back. It's Newcastle time. Let's get ourselves through, shall we? Should be able to move back to his full strength as really... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no. That's not happening. That is not happening. Tanganga is definitely... Wait, where is he? There he is. Yeah, Jaffet's in. I like him a lot. And honestly, I think he's pretty much won his place back in many respects. So that's going to be our lineup. Let's go and try and get ourselves to an FA Cup final. They have knocked us out of one trophy already this season, though, so let's just not get ahead of ourselves too much yet. That being said, we have already beaten them 5-1 in the league, so that does help. And a good chance for us to get to a final and get some confidence back before some important games is really crucial right now. Why do I get the feeling that we're going to dominate them and Callum Wilson's going to score a brace again? Well, there's the first one. Dear me. I'm not much Lloris could do about that. I mean, he maybe could have saved it, but it's a good finish from Callum Wilson. It feels like it's going to be that cup game again. That we've dominated them for the opening 14 minutes. They get a chance, bam, goal. Tanganga, yeah, does not do a good job there. Yeah, bad times. What, just now go on like the worst possible run out of just absolutely nowhere. Dele Alli, oh, and he smashes it home. Never mind. Tottenham 1, Newcastle 1. 7th of the year for Dele Alli. That's kind of more out of nowhere than anything else. We've had some good chances today, and that's probably the least... that's probably the most difficult chance we've had all day. But we've managed to grab an instant equaliser, and now we can start to rebuild. I do want a good finish to this game. I want to see a sort of 3 or 4-1 victory here and just dispose of Newcastle. It's a great finish from Al. Manquillo's gone past a couple of players here. Whew. Newcastle still look like they've got a bit about them. I mean, what are you doing, Hugo? Stuff like that. I'm honestly going to turn it on to distribute to centre-backs and full-backs now. Lloris just can't be trusted to pick the right pass a lot of the time when there's open spaces. Lloris with a... I haven't even got words for what the hell was that? I've literally got the goalkeeper set to distribute to fullbacks and centre-backs, and he's just lumped it up to nobody. I mean, that was just weird decision-making from Lloris again. All 4 of them are completely unmarked, and he's done that. Like, what are you doing? It's a great finish, and again, with the missed tackle there. I mean, that's just horrendous. I guess there are pros and cons to the players making their own decisions sometimes, because when you've got a player who apparently doesn't have that part of his brain, it can be problematic. We're picking a hell of a... Oh, are you joking? Okay. Well, that's us as at the FA Cup. We picked a hell of a time to just start losing games now. Against Villa, we were dreadful. Against Sociedad, we were actually quite good and just lost anyway. And against Newcastle, we've been fine and have lost anyway. Just to some absolute either screamers or shitty defending. And Bale grabs us a goal back. Right, 82 minutes on the clock. It's Tottenham 2, Newcastle 3. Oh, dearie me. What are we doing? Moura does brilliantly there to pick this out. Once again, Kane with a lovely little knockdown, and Bale just thrashes that into the back of the net. Right, we got to go. Nope. Full time. Newcastle win. Yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes, isn't it? Apparently, we just did not score enough. Well, we scored twice. We gave up 3 goals from virtually, like, the second Callum Wilson one. Like, it was a horrendous error, but he still had to score from quite a distance there, and we let him. And the Maximin one as well, just a banger from long range. And we didn't take our chances. Wow. Horrendous again. 3 straight defeats just out of nowhere. Right, well, got to turn this around somehow. We'd only lost that one random Milan game before that, and now we've just started so poorly all of a sudden. All I've done is got off and make a cup of coffee. What's in this coffee? I have very little confidence in our chances of winning at West Brom now, given that we've lost 3 in a row out of absolutely nowhere. Changes required again, unfortunately. My assistant wants to put Tanganga at left back. I want him to not suggest that. I know Ben Davies is... We're going to have to start Reguilon there. I'm not putting Tanganga at left back. I'd much rather have Tanganga actually playing as a centre back, because that's where he's good at the moment. Sissoko's knackered. There's a lot of knackeredness throughout the squad, but we've kind of got no choice here. Both Sissoko and Dele Alli are both knackered. I might get Sissoko on the bench just in case. All we can do is go out here and do our best, really. Unfortunately, our best lately has not been good enough. Right. Simple advice. Be better. Be better than you were in the last 3 matches. Although, frankly, I feel like if we actually are as creative as we were in the last 3 matches, the goals will come, but we've got to be better defensively. Kane's already in, and it's a good tackle on him, and it's a great finish. Harry Kane with the rebound goal. 1 minute in here at the Hawthorns, we've got the lead. Thank God for that. I think if we win the away game against West Brom, it will give us the confidence going into the home game to hopefully win that one as well, given that it's literally later in the week. And suddenly 2 Premier League wins will get us back on the horse, at least as far as the league is concerned. Very fortunate with the way this comes back to Harry Kane here, but he does well to make the finish on it in the end, and that's good. That should get us right back into that title race, potentially. Son's delivery. It's been a while since we've scored from a set piece, it feels like. And we've not scored a single direct free kick all season. In fact, I don't think I've seen one scored against us either. Like, not a single one from any team. I wonder what the stats on that's like. Well, it's kind of so far so good for us yet again. Limiting them to very little, but not that that requires much to score against us these days. And we're doing okay ourselves, but we could do with being a bit better. Second goal would make me feel a lot more comfortable in this game. Just making sure we get a win here. End of that little defeat run. It's our longest run of defeats this season. I'm a bit concerned about our ability to defend this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, then. Okay. I haven't seen one of those since FM20. I thought those were... to be fair, you will actually have situations like this in real life sometimes. I used to get very annoyed at these on FM20 because dive right past it. Brilliant work. Their first shot on target. Very important that we concede that. Wouldn't want to give them the idea that we know what we're doing. As if. Yeah, no, it's not going for us these days. They've only shot on target of the entire game is the goal for West Brom there, and yes, the shit continues. So United win, Arsenal and City draw, Everton win, Chelsea win, Liverpool win. We actually fall down to 6th now. But, again, there's still monumental amounts of games in hand. But, what I would say is, we're bottling it. Villa, West Brom. Villa, we were terrible. West Brom, still, we should have won the match, and we just don't. Nobody's finishing their chances anymore, and we're giving up goals off of virtually nothing. Right, West Brom again. Surely if we play well again, we'll win. Right? Right? At least Ben Davies is back again, though. That's going to help us. And Tanganga didn't actually do that well, and has sort of struggled since I started praising Tanganga. He's actually started to struggle again. Right, this one is must win, as if the others weren't. Son, getting at people. This is better. Whips it across and... How did Moura not get there? To Moura, he's getting into the box here. Harry Kane, back for Sissoko, and it's wide! Rosicki. I'm thinking about retiring as Spurs manager. I'm thinking that's something we might do. Is that an option? Can we just retire? Like, just be like, nope, you're clearly not up for this anymore. Let's just end it here. It's not a bad ball for Son, actually. Might be able to turn this into something. He doesn't. Kane is in there. My God, we scored a goal. Ha! And there was much rejoicing. It finally happened. Right, let's actually turn this into a victory now. Pull a victory out of this game and finally start to get a bit of confidence back. And what a great ball that is from Dele Alli. Still has a lot of work to do. They don't really track the run of Kane. He gets the ball in early and Kane's able to pop that one home. Right, good. Watch us still lose this 2-1. So half-time and, well, we've seen this before. Now Aurier's hurt himself. Classic. Tanganga's going to have to come in anyway, this time to play right back. God, he's so versatile, though, to be fair. Cut out by Tanganga, doing a wonderful job there. Come on, Gareth. He's playing on his correct side this time because, well, we kind of had to. Oh, Harry Kane! Oh, please help me. Even the ballsed up clearance won't fall for us. Bale's ball in this time, and it's headed over for Sissoko. Bale's free kick. Oh, it's in! Gareth Bale with an absolute screamer. I was literally saying earlier that we hadn't seen a direct free kick, I think, all season. And then Gareth Bale comes off the bench and scores an absolute wallop of a free kick. Keep him... Actually, to be fair, that is an absolute scorcher. Spurs 2, West Brom 1. How are we only struggling to beat them? That was the... doesn't matter. We'll take it. So let's keep it that way, shall we? Kane, slip it through for someone. Lamella, back through for Kane. Round side for Bale. And it's another good stop by Johnston. Wow. Comes to Bale again. Oh, nice run the side for Harry Kane. Can he finish this off? No, he can't, but Lamella will get there. Yes, he will. It's 3-1 Spurs. Finally, able to pull ourselves out of this rut and into a victory here. I know 4 points. I mean, we should have beaten them at the Hawthorns. That's the thing, really. Throwing away that lead is shameful. Though, if we just win those 2 games, things look a lot better for us with what's going on elsewhere, even with the Newcastle result. But that still only keeps us 6th in the league, incredibly, as a result of other things going elsewhere. But it does at least pull us back into the battle in the end. A deserved victory, you'd feel, but God, we were made to work for it again. So we actually do stay 6th, but again, games in hand for days. A single win for us pulls us back up into 3rd spot, and we still have 2 games in hand on everybody around us and 3 on some of the other side. So that's the main factor. Just get top 4, eh? That's all I want, please. We've still got home games against, well, who have we got? Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Coming up as well, our next few fixtures, we've got a 1-day break in between each one as well. 3 games in 5 days. And we still have the best defence in the entire division. And one of the best attacks as well. And we've played less games too. And naturally, we've still got to focus on the bloody Europa League here as we play against Shakhtar. We've got to where the board expected us to get to. That's all I can ask from the lads at this point. We've just got to put our best foot forward once again and hope that we can come up with something magical. Because it's not going to get any easier from this point. And there's really just no room for rotation because every game matters so much. We've just got to triage it, basically. Away goals, as always, the key things for these away matches. If we can get one, that's the key. Or through for Son, round the goalkeeper, and that's offside. Shame. Doherty with the ball into Moore, and he's done very, very well there. Will he be able to get the shot away? He has. Oh, nice work. Piatov has to make a stop. It's weird. It's like when we get a run of difficult matches, we're able to pull out some seriously good results. And then when we get a run of really easy, winnable matches, in theory, we then balls it up. It's like we play better under pressure. Lots of room for Doherty. Loads of room for Lucas Moura again, and this time he is able to find the finish. We have our away goal. We lead in Ukraine. We are looking very good for a potential Europa League final this season, which would be a nice result for us, I would say. Potentially there's a potential for Champions League qualification through that anyway. But I still think top 4 is firmly on the cards. But I also think beyond that we could still go much further. We just need to sort ourselves out a bit and lose the fixture congestion. But really, we've only lost 1 fixture, and that's by getting knocked out of the FA Cup. And frankly, I would have rather just gone through, to be honest. What would be really nice is if we were able to put down a really good scoreline here out of nowhere and then be able to rest players for a second leg, like we've done a lot in the Europa League this year. Tyson's through, and this is going to be 1-1, isn't it? No! Cheeky. I'm forcing our defensive width to reverse because they're playing inside forwards, and we're allowing them space to cut inside, and I want to try and stop that. Well, it's looking good for a 1-0 at the moment. We seem to have shut them up a bit in the second half since I changed those tiny defensive tweaks. And Bale now to 2! Oh, Sissoko pulls it back! And Ndombele, please shoot somebody! Oh... Well, there we go. Very even game, which we have just slightly edged. In terms of score, not really in terms of result. I mean, in terms of result we have. That's a very, very close one. And the luck has swing back in our way again. I would like some of this in the league, though. Man United just smashed 7 past Burnley, so that's something we've got to chase. West Ham are not the best side at the moment, but neither are we, sadly. I'm going to have to rest out Eric Dyer as well, bring in Davinson Sanchez. Not ideal, but what choice have we really got here? Right, it's going to have to be that. We're just going to have to go out there and do this again. Like we did. We have at least won our last 2 games, but did not look convincing in the last one. And against West Brom, it still took us a while. These next 2 matches against West Ham and Burnley are must win again. Well, I mean, there's been nothing in this first half from either side, and that is concerning. But I just don't think we've got the fit. We just don't have, no matter how much we rotate things, unfortunately, we just don't have enough time to refresh anybody. We have, between this Saturday and next Saturday, we have 4 games. The fixture congestion is legitimately insane. We're getting a 1-day rest in between each match now. It's like playing Christmas period, but the entire game. Well, half-time, and West Ham have been arguably better than us, but it's been dreadful from both teams. We're just trying everything we can at this point. This has been dreadful from us, just from a general standpoint of performance. They look more likely to grab a goal than we do. Well, way more. It's all very well having games in hand, but I think we're on and hiding to nothing at the moment with the rest of this season. You can just sort of feel it slipping away. Ben Rama's in for West Ham, and now they lead here. Yeah, no, we are going to just end up with, like, 1 win from our last 10 matches, unfortunately. I think maybe we are big. I think we got ourselves into a false sense of security with some of our away performances, that we could be as aggressive as we have been, and maybe we're being overly aggressive in our away games now, and it's costing us, but we're not really creating anything. That's the thing. We better make damn sure that we go and win a Europa League or something, because at the moment, oh, please, thank God for that. We've at least found an equaliser with Son, but that is a mess. That was all West Ham's doing. Nothing to do with anything we did there. We just put the ball in the box, and West Ham decided to screw it up for us. But a draw is, again, not good enough away at 14th place. I mean, what is that for defending? It's been put on a plate for Son, and he's managed to grab the goal, but it ain't good enough, really. We need more. Oh, God, Hugo, please. That's better. Nice. Is there something on the end of this, perhaps? Son. Round the side for nobody, and now there's a breakaway, potentially. We know we have to go for the win here. Bowen's in. And Bowen scores for West Ham. We went very attacking, and it's cost us in the 92nd minute. We made a bad pass, and now we've screwed it up royally here. Oh, well. So much for grabbing something in this game. Go on, Son. The game's going to end now, of course, with us on the attack. Oh, he's found the pass for Lamela, though. Can he get the bad ball? No. Fuck. Oh. Nope, that'll do it. Yep. Damn it. Why are we getting all the good luck in our European games? Like, we're getting these very even matches in the league, and we're not getting results, and we are shit. Right, well, against Burnley, we are going to... I mean, I know they're bottom. Maybe we should just carry on doing what we're doing. They are bottom of the league. Maybe we should have been a bit more reserved against the likes of West Ham, but against Burnley, particularly with Ashley Barnes, we probably do need to just go out here and try to smash them. But we've got so few players available that it's... Oh, then again, we did rest some players for the West Ham game, so maybe it's not the end of the world there. Reguilon and Doherty are back. Winkson and Ndombele in the midfield. I feel like I can probably shuffle that around a little. At least get Sissoko there, because there's a link. Lamela through the middle? Lo Celso's practically dead. Dele Alli needs a rest as well, and it might actually have to be Lamela through the middle here. I think, unfortunately, everything's just kind of catching up with us at this point. I think we're going to be ending up playing over 60 games this season. But let's see. I mean, we lose at Burnley, and at that point, you're just like, okay, cool, whatever. Reguilon. We're sort of doing fine so far. I think that's the best way I can describe it. We're not looking threatened at the back, but we're not generating enough quality going forward just yet. Still little chances here and there for us so far, though. We've had the better of the game. Burnley haven't had a shot on target yet, which is a good sign. Just trying to stop them from doing that. They will inevitably score their first one, of course. But we're doing all right. Certainly not looking as dominant as we have perhaps done in some of the matches before. Good block. Just straight through, really? We're going to let them come straight through? Kiko for Burnley. What a stop from Lloris. And Burnley have come back towards the end of the half, unfortunately. They're just getting tired. And now they've scored from the corner as well. Nah, no. Like, we've definitely limited corners with the changes we've made, but I think sometimes you're just going to concede them. Like, guy on the line doesn't do anything, as always. It's annoying, because a lot of the goals we're conceding from corners are going past the people on the line without them even attempting to stop it. I kind of just want the season to be over at this point now. Doherty into the box. Better. Can he find the right pass? It's going to be a long shot, isn't it? From oh, it's gone in! I mean, he does it enough, even a blind squirrel, but he has actually managed to find the target there. Burnley 1, Spurs 0. It's a great goal from Højbjerg. He's only really scored bangers so far this season. And that will at least, I mean, a point away at the bottom club is still absolute shite. But maybe there's still a hope for us yet if we can find a late one. It's a great strike from Højbjerg. Goalkeeper maybe could have done better there, but we need another goal. Nope, another poor result. I think that's just how the rest of our season is going to be in the league, it would seem. The games are just slipping away now. Like, we still have 2 games in hand on people, amazingly. Now we've won one of our last 5 Premier League matches, in which we played Villa, West Brom twice, West Ham and Burnley. Nah, you don't get top 4 with that. Oh, I was wrong as well, by the way. We have a match every other day for 2 straight weeks. We have 10 matches in 21 days. So, literally, match, no match, match, no match, no match, and so on and so forth, for 10 consecutive match days, essentially. If we somehow get through to the Europa League final, I'll be amazed. There's nobody left. Son will not be able to start. Surely Bergwijn's going to have to start here. Højbjerg and Lo Celso can play there. Ali had a little rest. I swear I put Bergwijn in. There we go. I'll put in Moore instead of Bale. Kane, we can bring him off if we need to, but we haven't exactly impressed me in any competition lately, of course, but particularly at home in our Europa League ties. Now, that's normally because we've had them wrapped up by the first leg, in fairness. So maybe today will be slightly different and we'll actually have to play for it. But I honestly think the players are kind of walking zombies at this point, and I'd be surprised if we actually do manage to get through at this point. They've got a player called Dodo. Things you like to see. Bergwijn, run the side for Harry Kane. Oh, blocked, but Bergwijn's still in there. Oh, it's all the way through. Okay, good. Promising start. Lo Celso, Dele Alli. There's a few fresher players around today. Tanganga. And he finds Lucas Moura, and it's cleared. Tyson now. Oh, that reminds me. I need to change that defensive setup that we were using before. Oh, come on. Yeah, no. Alderweireld even made the inch-perfect tackle there, and it just wasn't good enough. Tyson's just gone all the way through. It's a great tackle as well. Just comes straight back to him. And it's a slotted home finish. When it ain't going your way, it ain't going your way. Not the end of the world, but sort of getting... Oh. Good chance for Alderweireld there. Better. Tanganga with the overlap. Finds inside for Moura. That's surely not a penalty. And Kane. And cleared. And Højbjerg. Oh, what a hit. The Celso now for Tanganga again. Can he find the pass this time? And he does, and it's again blocked. Nice stuff here. Son. Bit congested, but never mind. And Doherty will keep this in, you'd feel. Please, Matt. Yes. Interesting pass back from Ndombele. He's going to drive forward here. Back for Doherty. Room in the box. Yes! Dele Alli. It's Tottenham 1, Shakhtar 1. Dele Alli off the bench, I think. I can't even remember. With the equaliser for us here that could well be enough to sneak us to a Europa League final in amongst the walking zombies that we've got out on the pitch right now. Somehow, lovely ball from Doherty. Whips it across. Dele Alli's in there, and we might, but if they score, though, they go through. We need to drop it back a bit. We need to see this final few minutes out and mug them off again. The European results are very strange. We're getting results we really don't deserve in Europe, and the opposite is happening in the league, but we are in a Europa League final. A 1-1 draw and a 2-1 win on aggregate allows us to sneak through. I think we're still going to end up playing an English team, though. Oh, no. It looks like it's going to be Leipzig. Not to worry. We have a 3-day rest before the Europa League final. So, yeah. There's just no rests at all. The worst thing as well is, even if I rotated the entire team out, which we don't have the personnel to do, we would still only get a 3-day rest. It would be like a normal 2-day match, 2-week match day thing. We're at home to Southampton. It's the first time we've had a home game in the league for what feels like ages. The last one we did actually win was West Brom. Who's even, like, alive? I just really don't like this partnership here. It doesn't help that Aurier's been injured as well. I can't put Sanchez in there. I just don't think he works well with the rest of the team. Reguilon needs a rest as well. Is Davies around? Nope, he's not. Good. So Soko should be fresh enough to start. Lamella's going to have to play through the middle again, and Kane might just have to have a rest here. I could totally see us losing this one as well, in fairness. And is that going to be a penalty? It might be. It's a penalty. Harry Kane won't take it because he's not on the pitch, which I assume means Vinicius will take it. And he's got a good record from them this season, I think. I think the only player that's missed a penalty for us this year so far is Son, and it's 1-0 Spurs after just 3 minutes. We have an early lead here against Saints, which, I mean, getting through the West Brom win, getting through into the Europa League final, if we can beat Saints at home and West Brom are winning away at Liverpool, that would really help us out too. Maybe there's still hope for that top 4 yet. I feel like we're still in a good position to get it, but you've got to win the games. So far, so solid. It's not quite so solid crew, but it's okay. The penalty's been most of our XG, though, and that's a worry. We do need to create a bit more than that. Particularly as Saints can still be... Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it was a very... That should have been one that Lloris probably could be able to get, you'd feel. Sort of lumped in behind. He feels like he would be actually, no, maybe not from this angle, and now it's 1. Winks, that's better. Bit more space emerging for us now. Bale. Vinicius. He's in behind. Bale. Vinicius. Bale! Oh! Oh, come on! When Japhet Tanganga is losing out in aerial challenges with Nathan Redmond, you know there's an issue. And I know he's out of position slightly, but he's also really tall. That tends to help you when you're up against Nathan bloody Redmond. Can we just bin off the rest of the Premier League and just go for the Champions League, for the Europa League? Is that a thing we can do? And I realise that perhaps we could maybe take more time over analysis, and perhaps we could have dug out some more of these results, perhaps like I would have normally. But when we're trying to get this much done, there is a limit to how much time I can spend, and I think that's genuinely going to be a factor as well. That being said, the mistakes that are creeping into the... Oh my lord, that's offside at least that time. I honestly want to see how many games we end up playing this year, because it's got to be more than 60. Is that's going to be... No, not 3-1, okay. We're closing on a situation now where we'd actually be forced to win those games in hand in order to get into those Champions League spots now, and it's ridiculous, to be honest, but that's life. That's the way it goes, isn't it? Oh, Son! And he... Oh my god! Yeah. Well, there we have it again. Another defeat in another game that I don't think we were that bad in overall, but just horrendous little errors and lack of finishing has cost us once again. We could lose to a team of puppets at this point. Like, the amount of fixture congestion is ridiculous, but it's made worse by the fact that the season starts so much later, so there's literally no room to include those extra fixtures, because the season isn't actually finishing any later than normal. That's the thing. That is our 58th match of the season. This season, we're going to play 65 matches. 65 matches between May and September. Between the middle of September, I should add. Right, we go away to Manchester United now. I mean, what are the chances, eh? We are going to move to our more cautious away approach, though. He's just having to go all over the shop. And that's the best we can really do, again. Like, we can turn on the under-23 squad, but most of these players are not going to be good enough to play for us at the moment. That's the main issue. I mean, we're going with a Rodon and Sanchez centre-back pairing here against Manchester United because we've got so few players available. Even if we dip into our under-23s, the problem is the quality just isn't there. That's just how it goes. I mean, imagine if we then did come here and grab a result. That would be the most Spursy thing as of late. But with the team that we've had to put out here, I don't see it somehow. I'll be amazed if we win another game this season. Oh, God. I should also stress, I am making changes in these games. I'm just not having time to put it all in the video. You may not see what I'm doing a lot of the time. I am making changes in every game when we're actually doing this. And it's just, unfortunately, I'm moving deck chairs on the Titanic at the moment. Bergwijn, chance for Lucas Moura, and he's actually scored. Manchester United 1, Spurs 1. Okay, the only change I made in this second half so far is I've made it slightly wider from an attacking perspective and actually started to play down those wings, like we did against United late on in the league game first time round. And weirdly, we're still looking good through the centre here, but it ends up coming to Moura out wide, and he smashed home his 17th of the year, and we actually level against top of the league. Rodon. I mean, a win here would be something else to get us back into this slightly, but it still requires those other wins, potentially. But if we did pull it off, my God, what a pull! And Dele Alli, it's a tough one for him, but he's not done it. Still quite a tight performance, actually. I've been impressed with us today, considering where we are. And Bergwijn's in! That's a good strike at De Gea. We've bettered them in a lot of areas and been equally as good in most of the others. It's definitely the best we've played for a very long time. Well, we're seconds away from actually getting a draw at Old Trafford. They've been better towards the end of the second half and probably do deserve the lead in the end. So let's just hope we can deny them here. Matt Doherty, nice work, good. Now get back out there. And for Bergwijn. Oh, no, here comes the breakaway for United. Here it comes. Fair play, Højbjerg. That's great work from him. That's better. Simple stuff. Nice. Look for the overlaps. There. Good. Round the side. Oh, please slide him in, Dele. Oh, that's not going to be in the box. And he just had to knock that ball around the corner, unfortunately. That's nowhere near the penalty area. Højbjerg. And cleared. Easy. Easy for United there. Unless... No, that's it. Well, I mean, I can't argue with the fact that they deserved the win in that one, and we've actually mugged them off a little bit there. So a good point for us at the league leaders, Manchester United. But I don't think we didn't play well enough. But we got the result, I suppose. There's something there, I guess. It could maybe boost our confidence a tiny bit. But now, we can't even get back into the top four with wins because we've just squandered all the chances we had. And they were against... Like, this game is not one I would have expected to get points from. It's Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, West Ham, Aston Villa, all of those. Right, so Liverpool at home. We really have to win this if we've got any chance of getting into the top four now, because a win against Liverpool would put us 2 points behind with a game in hand. But that doesn't mean anything anymore. And besides, who is even around, eh? Who is even around? I mean, there's basically no one anymore that's actually maintaining any level of fitness. And I'd actually rather play Rodon than Sanchez, I think, at this point, because at least he's fully fit. And Sanchez has been utterly diabolical for us in most games. I think that's going to have to do it, to be honest. Off we go. I fully expect Liverpool, particularly Salah, to just walk all over us. I don't know how far some of the other sides up here have gone in certain competitions. Arsenal going out of the Europa League early definitely will have helped them. Like, those extra 2 rounds of fixtures they haven't played, as Mane immediately puts Liverpool in front. We'll just ignore that, because this is... The league is kind of gone now, I think. Or, I mean, we may not even qualify for Europe at this rate. I don't think I've ever seen such a collapse without actually changing anything tactically. It's actually quite impressive, but it does show you the power of fitness, morale, and all those factors, which, let's face it, we're sort of going in the other direction towards the start of the season. Less so on the fitness side, we were able to rotate around a little bit, but the morale was definitely boosting us along, and now, once you start getting into these slumps, you get the bad fitness levels, you get the morale, and it all just kind of goes out the window, and I say there's very little you can do about it, but obviously there's things you can do. You can rotate, but there's no room for rotation anymore. With the amount of matches we're getting, 4 matches a week doesn't leave you room for rotation. Lamella's in, though, and he's scored. Okay, so we have actually found an equaliser here. Much like against Man United, we're sort of rising ourselves up to the big games here. But I feel like Liverpool's prowess will prevail at the end of the day. They've been very good so far, and this is our first actual chance here. Really well worked, don't get me wrong. Lovely football from Spurs. We just haven't been able to do it enough, and that's the issue. Bale, oh my god, it's 2-1 Tottenham. Out of nowhere, we flipped it on them. Bale now with his 7th goal of the season, and is there a chance at something magical here? Probably not, but nevertheless, we find ourselves in front. I'm going to switch it back to positive, just to save energy more than anything else at this point. It's a lovely ball in from Ndombele, and Bale does very well against, I believe, Trent. We've been very fortunate to take the lead in this game, but will we get a mugging in the league? I mean, to be fair, we kind of did that against United in the last game. Lucas Moura, driving forward. They've allowed him all the way in. Lucas Moura, oh no, what a block. He's still got the ball here. Still has it. Finds Lamela and... Oh, that had to be 3. That was one of the easiest chances we've had all night. And Lamela has to score there. Rodon. Lamela again. Round the side. We're just giving them a bit of a go here. Gareth Bale. Great first touch from Gareth Bale, and it's saved by Becker. Okay, where has this come from? Cut out again. Well defended. And Vinicius in the side for Bale. Moura. Oh, no. Better sides don't... Teams that qualify for things don't miss chances like that, unfortunately. Well, half-time, and genuinely, so far so good. We did nothing until our first goal, and it's just sprung us into life, and it's shut Liverpool up massively. But we've got to keep going. But there's 2 chances, the one for Lamela and the one for Lucas Moura. Good save from Lloris. Those are the sort of chances you have to take in games like this. Ironically, the 2 goals we have scored were very, very difficult chances to take, and that's a great stop again. Liverpool are putting the pressure on now as Arsenal now take the lead against West Brom, but if we have any hope of a top 4 finish, we have to win against Liverpool here, and we actually are doing it, in fairness, but I don't think we're going to be able to hang on. That's the thing. We'll have to make some subs soon, and I just don't know who to make, because we don't have any. We're on the side for Tanganga, of all people. He's not going to get back very well, is he? Right, we need a big header here. And again, letting Origi bring that down, that's going to result in a Liverpool goal. Yeah. That's a few times now that they've not actually challenged Origi. Like, they've been stood there where the ball's coming in, and they just haven't actually made the tackle. Just very idle there. And then he's moved over to cover Tanganga instead of actually tracking the runner, and it's Liverpool 2-0. Sorry, 2-2. And they deserve that, really. It has been a very, very even match as far as they've had more shots than we have, and we've maybe just slightly edged it on XG, but you can't really argue that a 2-2 draw is pretty much basically a very fair result in that one. It's another good performance. That's actually a genuinely good performance from us. Against Man United, we were lucky. Against Liverpool today, we've actually been good, but it's not good enough, unfortunately. Those little errors cost us again. Arsenal just lost 2-0 at home to Everton, amazingly. The FA Cup would have been today as well. Yet another fixture we'd have somehow had to put somewhere. Right, changes of room again. Players dead. I put Lamela on the bench because he's sort of got legs, kind of. Højbjerg and Lo Celso will go that way around. Doherty's back. Tanganga's going to have to fill in at left back again. Honestly, at the start of me recording this video, my thoughts were that Champions League is looking sorted, and we're probably not going to win the league or anything like that. But I figured, you know what, we'll see how close we can actually get to it. And to have it sort of collapse in such a... This might be the biggest collapse I've ever seen from a team I've managed on FM without actually me making horrendous changes, like, and genuinely changing all the tactics and stuff. It's quite impressive, actually. But it does sort of go to show how the way the match engine sort of has changed this year, that you do... These things matter more this time around. Oh, Harry Kane! Early chance for Tottenham! And of course not. Moutinho's ball. Lloris will get it again. Right, get that ball up quickly. Find the space for Son. There's loads of room. There we go. He's found the pass. Good stuff. Wolves are going to leave some gaps this time around. Dele. Son again. Lo Celso. Look at the space out wide. He's gone for Son, interestingly. Son's skipping through challenges. He's all the way through, and Patricia makes a stop. So far, pretty happy, actually. Looking good. Looking creative. First shot of the game. Oh, okay. Well, remember the thing I just said. Let's just ignore that and pretend I didn't say that. I am infuriated by them. That's what we're going to go with for now. I've actually stopped caring at this point. Yep, don't bother tracking him. That's cool. No worries. You do you, bruv. Clatter downfield, and well won, but now unfortunately out of position for the second ball. Adama Traore. He is a very dangerous man, and a good tackle, and it's come back to them anyway every single time. Come on, can we... Nope, cool. Right, sorry about that. My memory card of my camera was actually full again, just from this one video. That's how much we've actually recorded. It's actually crazy. This might be the longest, like, actual episode I've ever done of a series. And I can't wait till it's done. One of the other things I'll say about recording for large lengths of time like this, particularly for one video, is that when you get a little bit tilted, because let's face it, I'd be the first to say that I'm a little bit tilted by what's gone on. It makes your decision-making worse. Not like Hugo Lloris with some of those weird decisions he's made worse, but quite bad nevertheless. Adama Traore is through for Wolves, and it's 3-0 to Wolves in the first half. Every chance they get, they take. Every chance we get, we miss. And that's just been the story of this recording session in general, really. They have just been better than us, really. Højbjerg again. Tanganga, can he whip this across for someone? Dele Alli is in there, and that's going to be offside because of Tanganga. Well, there you go. Half-time. 3-0 Wolves, of course. I've thrown the water bottle. I felt like it was time. Time for a water bottle to be thrown. We've resisted doing it for a while. It doesn't work. I've only ever had it be positive once on FM20, and that wasn't even on this save. Kane's in behind, and he's not going to get there. The other problem with the fact that we've been forced to rotate in ways that we have is that, oh my god, every chance is just going in for Wolves, is that you don't build up any consistency anymore. Every single match you're having to rotate almost the entire squad around in many ways, and it doesn't help you. Let's always say that. It doesn't help. Players standing still, running backwards. Good. Great finish at the near post from Pedro Neto. 4-0 Wolves. Bear in mind, this is not a good Wolves anymore. Oh, I thought his name was Giotto for a second there, and there was a mistake, but obviously it's Johnny Otto, isn't it? And the ball's deflected off our own player into the... Yep, cool. That time it deflected off of our own player into his path. Sanchez sliding tackle it into the path of Adama Traore. Terrific, bruv. Bergwijn stepping through challenges after challenge. Nice work from Steven Bergwijn. It's a poor effort, though. Neto's in behind again. 6-0. Yep, given what we've seen from us lately, 6-0 feels about right for that game. You have to laugh, really. I don't even have the option to throw a water bottle. Can I not, like, pick another one up? Is there, like, I don't know, a machete I can throw? Time to rotate the entire squad again. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, look, Oriane Davis, sort of. Right, well, off we go. Into the mouth of hell. This time, though, since it is away from home and it is a reasonably strong lead side, we are going to drop the defensive line, do what we've done lately with that. What we did in those away games to really try this out. Because I think one of our shortcomings lately is that I haven't been doing that. We've got nothing left in us, unfortunately. There's just nothing left. We're a husk. We are a husk. Well, half-time, Leeds probably should be in front here, and they're just not. We've created nothing ourselves, of course. Lamella's ball and Vinicius, and it's cleared. Although, Winks has picked it up. Is there something in this game for us? Imagine if we won here. Be our first win in about 10 years. Vinicius, easy. Davis with the clearance. Vinicius will pick this up. We've got runners left and right. Son is one of those runners. Sort of. We don't really have runners at Spurs anymore, so much as we have walkers. Lamella... We have had a team meeting as well, just to try and boost the morale a little bit, but unfortunately the team meetings this year seem to be a bit broken and don't actually boost the morale at all. The morale immediately goes back to 0 again straight after. That was a good chance for Vinicius as well, which he's of course missed. But yeah, the morale doesn't seem to actually change with those meetings, sadly. Nice little one-touch stuff here on the edge of the area. Maybe something could come out of this. Kane's in. Literally every single chance is like that. We could have Pele up front and we probably wouldn't score a goal here. That's a good ball for Jack Harrison, which means Leeds will score this. Yep. Cool. Lamella. Round the side for Bergwijn, and he's actually scored a goal. All it took was Steven Bergwijn. After all these years, it turns out he was our best striker. There you go, Steven. Lovely stuff. Probably deserve that equaliser, I'd have to say. We've been all right in this game, but... traditional chances are no longer yielding the goals that they once were. Chances like that are now. It's very FM20, actually. Well, another day, another draw. I think that's a pretty fair result, really. I don't think we deserved anything more than that. We had some chances to have a bit more than that, but we didn't take them, as always. Luckily, we've had a one-day rest, so that's good. The players have actually been sleeping in the stadium, so that's good. And after this, we have another one-day rest, and then another... You get the drift. Naturally, complete rotation again. Some players are sort of ready, kinda. Right, well, it's Manchester City at home. We may as well just go for it, eh? And to be fair, against some of the bigger sides, we've actually still played okay. At Man United, we were lucky, to be fair. Apparently, we could secure a Europa League spot with a win here. Miraculously. Don't know how. And somehow, if we were to win this game, we would somehow still have a chance of getting into the Champions League. Which we won't win this game, of course. But if we did, Lucas Moura again. Nice football. Lucas Moura's through again. And it's well saved by Edison. Okay, we're playing quite well. We're giving City a good go at this here, and that's really all we can do. So far, though, pretty even, which is more than I expected from this game against Manchester City, to be honest. I thought we would just get battered like we did in the away game. And admittedly, we got a result there, but we've looked pretty sprightly today. Lucas Moura. Again, taking people on. Nice to see. We do seem to save some of our big performances for the big teams, don't we? Lucas Moura again with space. And, it's poor, but could still... nearly. Get to it. Oh, God, now Belotti's going to get through, isn't he? Oh, no, we want it back again. City look a bit complacent too, to be honest. Maybe they've got Champions League aspirations elsewhere. And it's Lucas Moura again! I mean, half-time, we've actually been quite good in this game, to be fair. And I think we just need to keep going. Liverpool are losing as well to Leicester City, so I don't think that really matters, actually. Actually, the reason it would matter would be if Liverpool lost and we won, which we're not, obviously, we'd still have the outside shot of getting into the Champions League. That's the key thing about that result for us, if that was to happen, and we were to pull off a miracle here. It's not looking good for us, unfortunately. We've played pretty well today. I've got to give the lads credit. They've actually done a bloody good job against the Spurs team. Against the City team, who are... Well, they're City, and we're not, and we're tired, and they're probably a bit tired too, in fairness, but we've done well. I think Liverpool are still actually... Oh, is that going to be a penalty? It could be a penalty! Come on! If we get a penalty here, this could be it! Because with Liverpool still losing, we could still have the outside faintest hope of getting ourselves through. Come on, please, for once in your life, actually give this one. It's definitely in the box. There's no doubt about that, because he was coming out of the area, and that's why he's now out of the area. What? No, full-time, 0-0. We're not getting in the Champions League. They did get a bit better towards the end of that game, but once again, the chances were there, just didn't take them. Where have we heard that before? And Leicester did beat Liverpool, so... If we actually had beaten City here, there would have been a really big chance for us to actually get into the Champions League at the last ditch anyway. Well, one last game in the firing line, I guess. Right, well, who's available? I guess it's the entire squad that has to be rotated around. Admittedly, some of them are just moving positions within the squad. But, again, it was another 2-day break. Sorry, 1-day rest, so everybody's knackered. And that's really the best we can do, to be honest. Nothing really on the line here. Or is there? I don't even know. Probably come 7th. I'm not really sure what we're expecting from this match, other than more of the same that we've had lately. Then watch us go out and actually play really well against Leipzig in the final. That would be so typically us lately. It's the one area where we seem to be able to pull out a result is against the big sides in the Premier League or in Europe. Son's through again, well blocked, and he's put in the rebound, and we have the lead against Chelsea at home. This would matter a lot more if it wasn't for the fact that we couldn't take our chances against Manchester City in the last game. But yet again, big side was stepping up to it. It's odd, though, because you'd think that an attacking approach would work better against the weaker sides, really. But it seems like perhaps being more withdrawn against them seems to work, I guess. Although it didn't earlier in the season. Maybe it's the legs. Winks. Son. Nice little one-touch stuff. Reguilon now, with room to put a ball in, perhaps. Nobody there, but he might still... Oh, no, there's a chance for a breakaway now as Reguilon is firmly out of position. It's Werner against the defence. Tight angle, side netting. Lamella. Bale has made it 2-0 Tottenham in the first half. Are we actually going to get a victory? And it will be against Chelsea, who we actually beat at Stamford Bridge, albeit very fortuitously. But we're looking a bit more in form here, somehow. Out of nowhere, they've just managed to step up for one final good performance. Our record against the big teams this season is actually going to be quite good in the grand scheme of things. It's actually going to be our record against some of the weaker sides in the league. Oh, no, actually, no. They've still been quite good in this game. We're just fortunate again. But hey, and look at this. Liverpool are losing to West Ham. So we actually could have finished above them. But, hey, don't take your chances. You don't get points. If we are going to use up a load of luck, I'd rather save it for the Leipzig game, to be honest, because that's where we're probably going to need it. Although, we have been blessed with and get this, a 2-day rest before the Leipzig game. Imagine that. A bit like going to a spa. Substitute for Werner, and it smashes it straight into the back of the net through the goalkeeper. 2-1. It does seem that as we get tireder and tireder into these matches, that's where the issues start to come. Little defensive errors. Sometimes we start with them as well, don't get me wrong, but that's where our struggles seem to begin. A Mount will come through here. All the way through, in fact. And, nearly trickled in. Out on this right-hand side. Can he whip one across? He's gone all the way through it. Oh! How are we not scoring in these situations? It's a bit of a melee, but the amount of times we've conceded those goals, and we just can never quite seem to get the ball through those melees. In the end, though, it's been very even, in fairness, again. But it looks like we're actually going to come out on the other side of one of these for once. Well, we have actually beaten Chelsea. Done the double over them this season. Again, very even game this time, and we've come out on the correct side of it. Well, yeah, what I would consider the correct side of it. And by that, I don't mean that we deserved it. I mean more that we finally won a game. Imagine that. In the end, it won't matter. Liverpool did lose at home to West Ham, so that's just wonderful. Literally one more point at any point in this season through those horrendous results and we'd have come fourth. But hey, I mean, when you only win 2 of your final 12 Premier League matches, something's gone wrong. We literally took 12 points from our final 12 games. Not good enough. It actually felt like less than that. But I think it's because we got results, really bad draws against really bad teams. And the bad team was us. Right, one final game in this. This is going to be a nightmare to edit. I've been recording this episode for 2.5 hours of straight recording. Oh, right. Let's go and let's go and win a trophy, eh? Let's go and do that. With literally no one available. Who have we got? We might just have to go with our best foot forward. Mora, Ali, Bergwijn. Is Son not? Oh, he's just dead on his feet, isn't he? Lo Celso and Ndombele. Maybe that way around, actually. So at least... Actually, no. We'll go that way around. We'll get Lo Celso forward a bit more. Aurier, Davies, Alderweireld and Tanganga at least is a back four that is in their correct positions. And Højbjerg's not too bad off the bench either. Neither... Oh, Dyer's... oh, no, he is tired. Never mind. Kane's back. Sort of. Right. Let's go and do this. Let's see what we can do in a final against Leipzig. I love how no matter what you say at the moment. Oh, we've reacted. Imagine that. Right, okay, let's go. Oh, that's a big pitch. Wait. Can I not skip this? No, yes, I can. Cool. I thought the pitch just changes colour. I'm honestly not sure I'd even be that happy if we won this, just because of how bad things have been for us lately. It'd be more like... It wouldn't even be that cathartic. It'd just be like, oh, now you turn up kind of thing. Right, here we go. A bit of space on the edge of the area for Ndombele. Aurier into the... Or not. But 20 minutes gone. Morris through. Oh, yes. Okay, maybe I changed my mind. I think I would be very happy if we were to win this. RB Leipzig 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Lucas Moura, who's been one of the only real performing players in many ways in this second half of the year, does a great job there. Lovely ball around the side from Aurier to Lucas Moura, and we lead in the Europa League final. Come on, let's win a silverware. A silverware. Bearing in mind, we would get in the Champions League if we won this. So maybe the board would change their mind. Imagine if they sacked me afterwards anyway. Still, long way to go yet, though. It's only early days. Don't know how this game's actually panning out so far. Yet. There's a long way to go. Well, half-time and it's 1-0 us. But it's very, very tight. Like, one chance for them and they're back in this easy. They can't do much more than win the game, and that's what they're doing for me so far. 45 minutes away from a European trophy, to be fair, and qualification for the Champions League. So, we would somehow meet our objectives just in a roundabout way. Lo Celso. Lovely ball through for Kane! Yes! Harry Kane, 33rd goal of the season. That is very good. Leipzig 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2, and we're 2-0 up in the Europa League final. We beat Chelsea. We finally find something, but it's not because of fitness. I think it's a great ball through from Lo Celso, but Kane's composure here to slot this through. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Because my worry is that the fitness levels will catch up with us. As Moura makes it 3... Okay, never mind. Lucas Moura makes it 3-0 Spurs in the Europa League final, where we've turned up for a game finally, where we actually look as good as we're playing. Ball through, Moura with another finish, 19th goal of the year, and he deserves that. He probably deserves a hat-trick in this game, in all honesty. They just had that extra night's sleep. That's all they needed, was that one extra night in bed at home with their wife. And that's all they needed to get that energy back. The Chelsea win probably helped a little bit too, I must imagine. Dele Alli, round the side for Harry Kane, and it's, so nearly 4-0. And we're cruising at the moment, anyway, towards the Champions League and a Europa League title as well. So not only will we get to qualify for the Champions League next year, but we'll get to do... Oh, hello. Well, there's a goal back. I've got to stop talking. Marcel Sabitzer gets the goal back for Leipzig. There's still 27 minutes left here. 3-0 becomes 3-1, and... I start to get a worry on there, my friends. It's not a good bit of play to let Sabitzer get through there. We've only made one sub, and he's actually found a good outball this time. Lo Celso, that's better. We need those runners through the middle. They're definitely there. One of them's Harry Kane, and he's finished it. It's 4-1, and that is game over, surely. Harry Kane's 34th goal of the year. We've looked very, very composed tonight. This is the kind of performances that we've needed for such a long time, but there just hasn't been enough time to get the right players in the squad and win well rested enough to make it happen. Lo Celso, again, with a lovely little ball through, spotting the run gorgeously, and Harry Kane with the cheek to dink it over the goalkeeper to surely give us a European trophy. Oh, thank goodness for that. We are going to do it. We're going to win the Europa League. Okay. Hey, nice. Oh, this is cool. I like this. This is definitely a step in the right direction as far as this stuff goes. Referee's chilling there, looking at his watch like, not got time for this, bruv. There we go. Okay, that's a nice touch. Go on, show me them streamers, my friends. Yes. Go on. Eventually. Yeah, there we go. We've won the Europa League at very least. Champions of something, I guess, and into the Champions League for next year as a pot 1 team, which, you know, you could argue is better. I'm pulling out all the excuses now. There we go. We've won ourselves a trophy. I suppose at least we finished the season with something. Oh, lovely cartwheel there, my friend. Gorgeous stuff. They're happy. I'm happy. It doesn't make up for all the other garbage, but my God, have we won something, finally. Well, there we go. All's well that ends well, eh? So, that can conclude the Spurs save. Oh, Jesus Christ. What an absolute marathon this has been. If you're still with me, write strawberry in the comments if you got this far into the video, because this is going to be well over an hour, I can feel. In fact, it's probably going to be closer to 2, to be honest. So, yeah, Bolton will be starting tomorrow. Rebuilding Bolton. I can't wait. Just to get away from this for a bit. So, yeah, we'll be streaming Tromsø tomorrow morning too, hopefully, so that should be cool. So, yeah, if you've enjoyed the save, drop a like, that'd be cool. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be sick too. And I will see you guys very, very soon for something a little bit different. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.